If you want to check out a very enthusiastic first impression of the new Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation, then please keep on watching. Hello my friends, if this is your first time here, my name is Alicia. Thank you so much for clicking. Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves everything movement and beauty. If you want to check out my movement adventures, you can head over to my Instagram. You know what this video is gonna be about. Who was at Sephora at 8 a.m. this morning to try the foundation, to get some swatch photos? Those I already posted on my community board, so if you want to head over and see what swatches medium 15 to medium 19 look like, then check that out. I actually have the foundation on right now. And you can kind of see, because I'm not tanning a lot this summer, that I look a little yellow in face than I do the rest of my body, but I'm okay with that. And if I have to bring the foundation down my neck, that's fine as well. Unfortunately, I was very disappointed upon discovering that Sephora did not have the loose powder. They also didn't have the primer. I asked one of the associates and she said that the display is there, but they didn't get the powders. They only received the foundations. I was disappointed. I wanted to try foundation and powder all in one video, but it appears that I might have to do a separate video simply because I just don't have it with me. I only have the liquid foundation, which we will try in this video, and I'll come at you with an update. In this video, we'll still go over the details for the whole system, pricing, what comes in what set, what's on patmcgrath.com versus what's on sephora.com. Timestamps will be down below. I get very chatty. If you want to visit those table of contents so you can skip over to whatever portion you wish to see or just know what to avoid, then that's what you do. Today, we will go over the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. Newly packaged. I got two. Thank you so much to my friend Susie for sending me a Sephora gift card, just because she is so kind and generous. So that definitely helped me out with the cost today. Oh my god, this website is just so much to deal with. Okay, the foundation retails for $68. I know. The powder retails for $55. The primer retails for $60. The foundation brush retails for $55. And the powder brush retails for $58. On Pat McGrath, there are two exclusive sets. You have the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection, the System Everything Kit, which retails for $250. The itemized value of that set is $296, so you save some bucks on that. And the second set is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection, the System, retails for $150. And again, the itemized value for that is $183. The foundation shade you pick from those sets will dictate what your loose powder shade will be. So for instance, I have medium 17 on right now. If I were to buy the Everything Kit or just the Sublime Kit and choose medium 15, then they will put the medium loose powder in those sets. Or I should say medium 3, excuse me. I would recommend that you go on Pat's site because it's a little more comprehensive in terms of helping you choose your shade. And as far as the loose powders on the website, it will say under the powder what shade it's best for. For instance, I'm on medium 3 right now, and it says that it pairs well with foundation shades between 15 and 21. So that gives you an idea of what loose powder shade will work well with the liquid foundation shade that you choose. I was teetering between light medium 3 and medium 3 because I wanted light medium 3 for under my eyes. It says it's good for foundation shades from 8 to 14, but I might just get medium 3, maybe because I have the lighter foundation shade that it wouldn't look too yellow under my eyes. Or maybe I should just use my hourglass and not buy two Pat McGrath loose powders because I just bought two Pat McGrath liquid foundations. I'm definitely not getting the primer because that does have fragrance in it. I read the word ceramic somewhere, so it sounds like it's going to leave the skin in an amazing texture. Great setup for the foundation. I rely heavily on my sunscreen to be my primer, and I have for a very long time. I've been loving my sunscreens, and I am okay with that being my primer. And although I could probably apply this over my sunscreen, I fear that it will dismantle the film, make it spotty and protection, and I'm not having that. I love Mama Pat, but I love my skin more, so and that's the truth. I wanted to come on here first with the foundation on just so you can see how it dries down to its true color. I have medium 15 on the center of my face and medium 17 on the rest. I applied this around 8:15 a.m. and now it is 10:16, so I believe this is the shade as it is dried down. I think it's time for you to come a little closer. That's enough. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Again, here is a close-up of how the foundation looks. Sans this gnarly blemish that I have to say, despite its thin texture, I mean, she's thin. Very sheer, satin dry down, but it literally just applies like skin. It really does. I was actually quite shocked while in Sephora when I applied this. It just melts into the skin, and I could understand why it would be so easy to apply with fingers. Today though, we will apply with my Sigma sponge as well as my Wayne Goss synthetic fan in 24S. So I'm going in with my face halo very gently. I don't want to get nuts here. I want to take off the foundation. So this is quickly that you can see my skin as is, and then with the foundation. One ingredient call out I wanted to mention is the alcohol. Michelle texted me devastated because she saw that alcohol was the 4th ingredient in the foundation. Despite what you might have read, because I also was one to believe that alcohol is the devil, alcohol's role in skincare is not so much just a drying ingredient. It serves as a solvent. It just ensures that the formulation of the ingredients, whether in a skincare product or a makeup product, performs optimally. Some ingredients just cannot be formulated well and successfully without the presence of alcohol. And lots of times when you do apply that product on your skin, the alcohol will evaporate. If you are rosacea and eczema prone, Michelle is eczema prone, you might want to stay away from it because it can be drying. I had this on for 2 hours on top of my beet shield, which also has alcohol in it, and I didn't feel irritated or dry whatsoever, and I used tretinoin 0.025%. So I'm already prone to sensitivity already with using that medication, and again, just using it once for 2 hours is not a great indication, but I just wanted to let you know that. If you're definitely normal combination, normal orally, the alcohol is not going to cause an issue, I feel. Before we continue, I just needed to get on here and talk about the ingredients. We already spoke about the alcohol, so I'll skip that. The first 5 ingredients are water, cyclopentasiloxane, isododecaine, alcohol, glycerin, phenol trimethicone. Let's just concern ourselves with those because the first 5 are the ingredients that will indicate the highest concentration in the formula. Water, great. Cyclopentasiloxane. What is that? It is a silicone, but silicones are not bad. I'm going to say it again. Silicones are not bad. They are safe. They've always have been. They've been widely studied and tested since the 1950s. Silicones ruin the planet. No, they don't. Did you know that silicones come from sand? And although they're not biodegradable, they're still degradable. Biodegradable just means they are not able to be broken down by live organisms like bacteria. But they are still degradable. In fact, it will take up to 2 years for the silicones to be turned back into sand. Isn't that nice? And volatile silicones, those that evaporate, will take about 2 weeks to degrade due to the UV radiation from the sun. Cyclopentasiloxane specifically is a smaller silicone, liquid, and very volatile, so it actually does evaporate and does not stay on your skin. Isododecaine is said to have occlusive properties and can aid in preventing transepidermal water loss. Alcohol is present to perhaps help those ingredients formulate successfully together. I guarantee you, if you think alcohol is the culprit from a bad reaction in using another luxury foundation, I bet it was the fragrance and not the alcohol. But I don't know anything. That's just hypothetically. Glycerin is humectant, great. Phenol trimethicone, like cyclopentasiloxane, small silicone, volatile, very liquidy. I think another ingredient people were about was the aluminum starch octanyl succinate. It is actually derived from plants, is an anti-caking agent. Safe to have, totally fine, but it's actually listed 9 on the list, so it's not a lot in there. Why are silicones great? They're unreactive, they provide smooth glide, they're cruelty-free, they're vegan, they're hypoallergenic, a non-irritant, and non-comedogenic. Silicones suffocate your skin. Absolutely not. Silicones form a breathable layer on your skin that oxygen and water are still allowed to pass through. And in makeup products in particular, for instance, Pat's foundation, they allow the foundation to glide easier, prolong the wear time and provide that blurring effect. I'm not a cosmetic chemist, but I am an ingredient nerd, and I'm not easily swayed by random articles that make all these outrageous claims about certain set ingredients that have always been said to be safe for our skin. Anyway, back to the video. So because I'm sitting in front of my window, I am going in with more beet shield because, you know, even though I'm inside, the UVAs will get inside through the glass. And I'm really trying to fade this hyperpigmentation, okay? I don't want any problems. If you are dry and you still want to try the foundation despite the presence of alcohol, do make sure you go in with a very moisturizing primer, or I would suggest a very moisturizing sunscreen. That will help buffer any drying the alcohol might cause. And I particularly love the beet shield as my primer, so we're doing good. I am so excited to try this on with you guys. This is gonna be so much fun. Some quick product details specifically pertaining to the foundation. You're getting 35 milliliters of product, or 1.18 fluid ounces. Buildable, perfecting coverage, weightless texture, sublime satin finish. Runway tested, mother proof. Universal formula for all skin types. Oil-free, paraben-free, and fragrance-free. Yes. This has a suggested shelf life of 12 months. Made in Italy. Caution flammable, probably because of the alcohol in here, so don't have a flame party with this foundation on your face. This is also the page that comes up when you click on the foundation, just so you could kind of help yourself find your shade. It's still a little difficult, I have to say. The total amount of shades is 36. I know that's not crazy expansive, especially with all the releases thus far have been coming out with like 40, 50, 100 shades. If you get the shades right, then I think 36 is a great place to start. 5 categories: deep, deep medium, medium, medium light, and light. I have to go on the website, I have to click in this code. Jeez. This foundation is crafted with Vita Serum Complex, designed to help fight the formation of wrinkles by preserving the hydrolypidic film barrier of the skin. Now, this could be true because the 5th ingredient, no, my apologies, the 3rd ingredient is isododecaine, is actually considered an occlusive, so there is some truth to that. This complex boosts hydration by activating the natural production of hyaluronic acid and ceramides. That could be true if whatever ingredient in here is able to do that on its own, but if formulated in a makeup product, not sure if those capabilities will manifest. Diamond core powder technology improves skin texture by optically soothing and blurring the appearance of fine lines and imperfections. Gotta say, I did feel very blurred, absolutely. An illuminating soft focus pigment blended into the formula converts and scatters light, emulating the effect of a healthy, youthful complexion. Quick thing about skincare and makeup. I would never rely on a makeup product to provide skincare benefits. I have an extensive skincare routine, and I will rely heavily on those products to deliver the hydration, occlusive factors, repair, nourishing. My makeup, I feel in my eyes, is for aesthetic purposes. After all that nourishing has been done with skincare, makeup then comes into the picture to even out, to blur, to blur and look good. Those are the details. So now let's crack into the foundation. Oh my god, this video is gonna be so freaking long. I already could feel it in my bones. Here is the box, and it flips open. Oh, this is so luxurious. I mean, what else do you expect from Mama Pat? And here she is, fresh out the box. I'm keeping this box, and I have 2 of them. I'll just keep one. Maybe. It just closes so easily too. It's just so pretty. You got Mama Pat's logo. She has several on the front in the traditional gold, and then all the lettering is in gold on the matte black cardboard. This is so pretty. And here it is. Here she is. Frosted glass bottle with a plastic black gold trimmed cap with the beautiful, is this what, frosted matte gold metallic label on there. You have all the product details on the sticker here at the bottom, and just, you know, the same old what we saw in the box here on the bottle. That is shade number 15, and shade number 15 I believe is described to be medium with yellow undertones. Yes, I was right. So this is the young lady that represents medium 15, which I thought was going to be my shade. But then when I tried medium 17, I was like, oh, wait a minute. It's possible I could get away with medium 15 on all over my face. What? Here is medium 17, and this is described to be medium with neutral yellow undertones. And here's your girl representing medium 17. So here is 15 and here is 17. So you can kind of see them side by side. Let's now get into these comparison swatches, yeah? Here is medium 15. Here is medium 17. So you see medium 15 is a lot more yellow, but I wanted to get 17 because I just wanted that warmth. But again, I could always mix them together. Here's my Makeup Forever Matte Skin Velvet Skin in Y425 next to Pat's foundation. Look how thick the Makeup Forever looks compared to the texture of Pat's. That's so crazy. NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop in the shade Cinnamon. That's probably more closely related to medium 17. I haven't used this in a while, but this is Hourglass's Vanish. I almost forgot the name. How dare I? Stick in Warm Honey. And here's Hourglass's Vanish Liquid Foundation in the shade Honey. And although this is a concealer, sometimes I use it all over my face, and that is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Concealer. This is in the shade Warm Sand. Oh, I forgot the Guerlain in 045W or just 45W. This one looks a little warm on me. So that is the Guerlain. I'm going to lower the exposure a little bit just so you can see the shades better. We got Pat's Medium 15, Pat's Medium 17, Makeup Forever's Matte Velvet Skin in Y425, NYX Cosmetics Can't Stop Won't Stop in Cinnamon, Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation in Warm Honey, Hourglass Vanish Liquid Foundation in Honey, Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Concealer in Warm Sand, and the Guerlain L'Essentiel 45W. Just in case if you want to take a snapshot of these shades, but typically this is my shade wheelhouse, if you will, of foundations that I've been using a lot of. Let's quickly do swatches on the face. This is medium 15. So that's how that looks. And this is medium 17. That's why I thought medium 17 was a better match for me, because it just looks like it's going to give me a little warmth but not make me look too light. I'm going to pat that away and apply. Why not, since we're here? Let's do medium 15 on this side of my face. I didn't do a full pump. I just did half a pump because it's very liquidy. It's very lightweight and liquidy. Just for the sake of this shade comparison, going in with my Sigma sponge, I'm just gonna pat that into the skin. See how quickly it just sinks? Oh well, maybe medium 15 is actually my shade, and maybe medium 17 is a little too yellow. So that's how medium 15 looks. It looks light initially, but when it blends into the skin, and if you compare it to my neck, hold on. If you compare it to my neck, I think it's a much better match than the medium 17. It probably made me look too yellow. Let's go in now with medium 17 on this side of my face. Taking just half a pump, because I don't need that much. And again, it is very liquidy. Take another half a pump and then work that into the skin. It just melts right away. Applying a little more just around my blemishes so we could get a little more blurring. That's not bad. If it wasn't because of this sucker here, I would say that's pretty good coverage considering the light consistency of this formula. So here we have medium 17 and here we have medium 15. I think medium 15 is actually my exact match, because if you would see here compared to my neck, the medium 17 is a little yellow warm. Whereas here on this side, I feel it's just a much better match with my neck. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our face halo again. I'm not applying a lot of pressure. I'm just carefully sweeping the foundation off because I don't want to irritate my skin. The fibers are very soft, but I'm not taking any chances. Applying more beat shield. So again, if you want a comparison image wise, the way my foundation looked at the beginning of this video was M17 all over my face. And then you saw M15 was on that side, M17 on this side. Now I want to apply M15 all over my face with a brush. So with that said, I'm definitely taking one whole pump, and it doesn't dry down quickly, so you have some time to apply. Wangos 24S. Wow, that was fast. Oh my gosh, this is such a great formula. I love fast melting liquid foundation formulas. Again, a little more here around my blemishes. Just slap that in. So here is medium 15 all over the face, friends. And I gotta say, originally I thought it was medium 17. Maybe you know what? I feel really bad. I should have just grabbed a sample of it instead of buying the whole bottle. Because I really thought medium 17 was my shade. I really thought it was my shade. Yeah, medium 15 is my shade. But I'm curious to see how it will look mixed. Taking a little bit of M17 mixed with the M15, put that all over. What are you doing? You need more than that. I'm being very conservative here with how much foundation I put on. Like, come on, you need more than that. Ow. I'm gonna slap it on. Now, the reason I insist on using M17 because I do like a little bit of warmth on my face, especially if I'm applying concealer that is significantly lighter than the foundation. I don't want to look too light overall. Here is medium 15 and medium 17 mixed together, which is probably the most ideal situation, I have to say, because medium 15 is my perfect actual shade, but when I start applying concealer that's significantly lighter than the foundation, I feel like my complexion tends to get a little too light. I'm gonna keep both and mix them both. You're like, I'm not buying two foundations, Alicia. Let's talk. If you're slightly lighter than me, then get medium 15. If you're actually my shade, I would get medium 17, simply because I like to use my foundation to give me a little warmth in addition to bronzer and everything. But I feel the whole warming of the complexion needs to start at the foundation stage. Otherwise, I feel the bronzer would just provide too stark of a contrast if the foundation is too light. That's what I would suggest. No matter what I say and how many photos I take, how many close-ups I take, it all comes down to you trying. Hopefully all these demos will give you a little bit of more guidance in addition to what's already been provided on Sephora's website as well as Pat's websites. And here far away, I definitely believe when you mix them together, it's a better match, because medium 17 on its own I think looked a little too yellow. This is perfect. And if I wanted to lighten up the center of my face, hold on, come back in. Oh, that's the wrong way, sorry. Then I'll just take medium 15. This time I'll take my sponge just so that so much product won't stay behind, and then use that to brighten up the center of my face. But I would still mix the two together for the rest of my face. And if I end up getting tan, I'm gonna try not to because I've been doing really well. Then I still have medium 17 to help with that color shift. I know I'm just trying it for the first time today. I really love the texture. Despite there being alcohol in here, I still feel the texture quite plush. It doesn't dry down quickly. It actually stays a little tacky for the first couple of minutes, which I like because it just looks more skin-like when it dries down completely. It's incredibly lightweight. It blends like nothing. I think it holds true to that claim of creating that skin-like finish, because Mama Pat loves skin. That's her thing. And I understand that we applied with tools today, but this is medium 17, just so you can see how quickly the foundation blends with fingers as well. I mean, it's extraordinary. So it's an ideal texture to blend with fingers because it just melts quickly into the skin. It distributes evenly and well and just fast. And I like to do this just to pat it down. And again, the texture makes it ideal to layer. So if you do want that extra coverage, for instance, if I want extra coverage here around and on my blemishes, then I'll apply more foundation, but it's not gonna look cakey whatsoever, which I probably would rather do if I want more coverage. Because at this point, after my foundation application, I'll go in with my Too Faced concealer and I'll apply more on the blemished part of my face. But wow, again, if you take that away, that's pretty good. I'm cutting down the exposure. I want you to see the texture. Like, it's very plush. It's very plush. And it feels nice. It really does. Now, if you're very oily, I think you should be okay because now it's already starting to dry down, but I was set with powder. Fortunately, at this point, because I don't have her powder, I will then just have to use my Milk Blur and Set powder in the shade medium. For demo's sake, let's just pat down the powder to see how the foundation behaves, more or less. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, that's really nice. Well, I can't wait to use Mama Pat's loose powder. The loose powder just melts into this foundation, friends. I gotta say, applying medium 15 under my eyes pretty much did the majority of the work. Now I'm just going in with my Giorgio Armani Power Fabric in 6, just here to the innermost part of my under eyes, because that's where it looks a little tired. Using my sponge to just blend in that area. That's all I need. That's fantastic. I could use medium 15 for my under eye shade. Yeah. That's why I'm like contemplating if I should get light medium for loose powder. I always try to prioritize loose powder's purpose for me. Do I want to spend money on a powder that's going to look bomb under my eyes? Or am I more concerned, Hourglass Translucent Veil, with the rest of my face and how that's going to look? Because the translucent veil from Hourglass is nothing to sneer at. I'm sure Mama Pat's loose powder is gorgeous, but like I'll be okay with this as well. But knowing me, I'll probably buy 2 loose powders. All right, this is how the skin is looking. It is so lightweight. Wow, I really like it. And listen, I know I'm a Mama Pat fan, obviously just from all the Pat playlists I have here on my channel, but this is absolutely very skin-like. It really is consistent with the claims. And I just love this bottle. Aesthetically, I get excited. I get excited when I see her. I'm inspired to get this on my face. In true Mama Pat fashion, let's apply her Skin Fetish Sublime highlighting trio. A lot of you were like, how come that wasn't on your top 5, Alicia? I know. I haven't used her for a while. That doesn't mean she still can't be a favorite. Going in with the gold shade. Whoa, that's a lot of gold. I wonder if Mama Pat's gonna come out with a bronzer. Does she even get down with bronzer? That's probably the better question to ask. I'm gonna leave my eyebrows as is and just dip into one of Mama Pat's singles here. I'm taking the shade Statuesque, which is a very easygoing neutral shade. I don't have anything on my lids right now, not even concealer. This is Sonia G crease too. Putting that all over the lid, under the lash line as well. I love me a good smoky, sick type of look. Oh, I forgot about this shade. I like it. Excuse me. I gotta use her more often. Oh shucks, maybe I will put on some eyebrow. Just a little bit. You know what? I don't freaking need it. What's wrong with me? Stop it. No other than some Liquid Lust gloss in. For real. I know I'm dipping out of brands here. I'm using my Makeup Forever Anywhere Caffeine Artist Color Pencil. Some things you just can't stop using despite the brand you're presenting in your video. So here is a pseudo finished look. Definitely when I applied the loose powder, a very light amount, it kind of helped the foundation dry down faster, but it doesn't look cakey, and that's probably due to the texture of the Milk translucent powder, which is one of my favorites for that very reason, it being lightweight and not adding extra texture to the skin. I'm not gonna put mascara on them. I'm just gonna curl them. There we go. That's much better. I'll use the foundation every day. I'll use it with different powders, with different highlighters, blushes, bronzers, pressed powders, different concealers to get a better handle of how I feel about the texture and its overall performance. Right now, I love it. I do. And my expectations definitely align with what I feel Pat wanted to achieve with her foundation formula. Easy to apply, quick, not fast drying, but just quick in terms of how it blends into the skin. Seconds. It beautifully applies with the sponge. It beautifully applies with the brush. I know I use a synthetic brush, but I have no doubt that if used with a natural brush, you will have beautiful results. Fingers. Absolutely easy. When I patted down extra coverage around my blemished area, it was fast, super fast and easy to apply. My skin still looks like itself. It doesn't look textured. It doesn't look heavy. It's very lightweight. I'm definitely going to keep both foundations. I feel when I combine them, it gives me my best color match. It is very hard overall to rely on just one foundation shade to be your absolute match. We have different tones on our skin on the same face, and the yellow undertone in one shade might address the tone on this part of my face, but then what about this part of my face? I'll have a totally different tone altogether, and it is expensive to do that. Each foundation is $68. If you find it worth the investment and you know you're not going to buy more foundation after that purchase, then maybe it is worth getting to. I don't believe these foundations are going to sell out like crazy. Who am I to predict that? But I feel you'll be fine if you grab some samples first. A little goes a long way. They put a ton in those little plastic containers, so I think you at least will have enough foundation for a week's use, which I think is ample time for you to kind of decide how you like it, if it's worth getting the full bottle, 1 or 2 shades. Definitely not buying the primer. Don't think I need it because again, I use my sunscreen for primer. I'm still on the fence about the brushes. We shall see about that. But being the Pat fan that I am, I probably will just buy them for sentimental reasons. That's a very expensive sentimental gift to myself, but I've done worse. Going in with some Island Ting, I'm just curious to see how bronzer does on this foundation. Oh, we like that. That looks nice. Oh, look who bought a Chantecaille blush. Who am I, Michelle Wong? This is their Save the Animal, hold on, Save the Animal series. That's not the official name, but that's what I'm calling it right now. This is definitely a very big powder brush to do this with, but I'm just, you know, keeping it very simple here in the tools section of the video. I shouldn't even be using this brush because it's not available currently. I am so sorry. Bronzer looks smooth, friends. It glided on the skin really nicely. And the highlighter looks amazing. Blush looks amazing. As of now, because I'm about to sign off, I love it. I can't wait to keep using it. I can't wait to update you. I'm going to tell you though, we as humans are allowed to change our minds. And don't be too upset with me if maybe a few weeks down the road, I'm like, well, actually, it happens. You use it with another product, another tool, depending on the weather that day, if you're having a bad skin day, if you whatever. A lot of things could happen from now till the end of August. I will keep using the foundation every day and I'll just play around with it, combining with other foundations, apply other makeup products on it as I said before. But right now, I really love how my skin feels. I love how it looks. It feels very lightweight. You can build the coverage without fear it getting heavy on the skin or looking textured on the skin. Things to expect. It's not full coverage off the bat. So if you love full coverage off the bat, this is not the foundation for you. You don't like alcohol in your skincare or makeup. You don't care what role it has. You don't care how useful it is. Definitely don't get this foundation. If you are a dry skin type, despite again the presence of alcohol, and I know I'm not a dry skin type, I mean I was in the winter, but I think it kind of changed now with the summer season. It doesn't feel drying at all. It doesn't dry right away upon application. It actually feels quite plush on the skin for a little bit, even minutes after you applied it. Definitely if you're oily, I would rely on a loose powder just to set it down. On my way here from Sephora, I didn't powder the foundation at all, and I did feel the skin had a velvety texture to it. It wasn't completely matte. It doesn't dry down like my NYX Cosmetic Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation does. That actually dries soft matte, and I actually think even with the alcohol, this is a little more satin than the Can't Stop Won't Stop, which is very interesting. It kind of reminds me of the dry down of the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin, but more lightweight. I hope this video helped, friends. I know it was a first impressions. It was just me trying to figure it out. I hope the shade swatches helped. The close-ups kind of helped in you determining which shade you should get. Let me know if you already got your hands on it, because I know some of you received it from influencers, so it'll be interesting to hear your thoughts on the foundation. Are getting it? What shades are you getting? What you are looking most forward to about the whole Sublime Perfection skin system, and what you're planning on getting. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another first impressions review, top 5 or 3 look video. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.